What was the initial inspiration for you to write this book?
Well, the initial inspiration to write this book was because I was posted as the director of this academy, which is named after him, and I realized that not too many books have been written on Lal Bahadur Shastri. So that's when I decided to delve deeper into his life and do some intensive research into his life.
A few unknown facts about Shastri that many of the young youth doesn't know about it. Could highlight them.
See, one of the most interesting things he started his career as a volunteer with the Servants of People Society. That was, very few people would know that his first job was in Lahore, for example, because we associate him with Banaras and with Allahabad. But the first job that he took up was with the Servants of People Society at Lahore. He was trained by Lala Lajpat Rai in the Servants of People Society. He did a lot of work on untouchability eradication, promotion of khadi in Meerut and Muzaffarnagar district. Then when he came to Allahabad, to work with Purushottam Das Tandonji, so he was then heading the All India Congress Agrarian Commission report. So that report in 1935, which he wrote, is actually the foundation of the what we call today the CSCP and the MSP and land reform. So all that is something that was started by him. Another little known fact about him is his sense of humor. He had a great sense of humor. So as I told you about his trip to Nepal, when he was asked, how do you like your foreign visit? He said, I don't think that I'm in a foreign country. Likewise, when he was in Belgrade and he was given vegetarian food and everybody expected him to be very happy. He said, I am very happy, but think of, my delegation. They would be looking forward to some non-veg item. So he had a sense of humor, he had a sense of, he wrote very well. Some of his poems, the poetry that he wrote, especially the one that he wrote when his daughter died, that's a very powerful poem. If you want, I can read 2 lines from there. He wrote these lines when his daughter died. He wrote this on behalf of his wife. So he writes, that क्या यही खेल इस निष्ठुर नियति का जो तुमने भी खेला है, यह कहकर बंधन छोड़ चली कि जग तो एक झमेला है. So, and he had a sense of propriety, he had a sense of history. He had read very extensively. He had translated a book on Mary Curie, which is again a very little known fact, that he wrote a book on Mary Curie, which was translated into Hindi. She was his role model. Mary Curie was a role model. Mahatma Gandhi was, of course, a role model. The other thing to note about him is that he had his differences with a lot of people, including his ex-teachers like Acharya Narendra Dev and Acharya Kriplani, but relationships never became bitter. He was able to, even when the opposition would attack him, there was no personal attack. It was ideological and political. So I think these are some of the important highlights in his life.
So during the discussion, you mentioned there are other unknown facts we want to bring it out in the next book. What are your future plans?
Well, you see, if there is, I would in fact now be encouraging other scholars to write on those subjects, because you see, I feel that the younger generation or the next generation of historians, I'll be helping them to discover more facts. But I would prefer that now other people should also, get into the scholarship on Shastri. And I'm very fond of Shastri, because I don't want to sort of have an academic monopoly over him. I would much prefer to encourage 5 or 6 young scholars so that other people start taking interest in this.
Thank you, sir.